Welcome back to the TrailCurrent Lab. Today we're going to be taking a look at the open source tools that we use here at TrailCurrent. While each of these tools is powerful in and on its own, combined together, they work extremely well, and most of them integrate with another one of these tools to create a seamless process that we use to create all of the TrailCurrent modules. First up, we'll start with KiCad. KiCad, however you pronounce it. This tool is great for creating PCBs. Allows you to quickly create schematics, turn those schematics into board designs, and then 3D versions of those boards. You can quickly and easily output KiCad to production files that can be sent off to a PCB manufacturer. Then in addition to that, it seamlessly integrates with the next tool on our list, which is FreeCAD. FreeCAD has an add-on called KiCad StepUp, and that allows you to take those KiCad designs, bring them into FreeCAD, and design your enclosures directly around them. But we utilize FreeCAD for way more than just PCB enclosures because sometimes we use off-the-shelf components. The first thing we do is try to source a 3D file, preferably a step, and then we bring that into FreeCAD and we design the enclosure around it. This allows us to build out enclosures with tremendous accuracy before we even have the parts in hand. And then once we're done with those enclosures and corresponding assembly files, we take those and we bring them into the next tool that we use on this list, which is Blender. Blender is an extremely powerful 3D tool that offers a variety of features that we don't even touch the surface on. But our use takes those outputs from FreeCAD, brings them into Blender, and allows us to utilize those FreeCAD designs as photorealistic renderings or full-fledged animations. You'll see a lot of these on our website, and it's extremely helpful to get somebody a realistic representation of what that product is going to look like before it's even physically created. From the design aspect, then we move into code. Almost everything in TrailCurrent has some level of code, whether that is firmware or whether it is generalized software development. For that purpose, we utilize VSCodium. VSCodium is a fork of VS Code, and it supports most, if not all, of the extensions that are available for VS Code. But what we like about VSCodium above VS Code is the fact that it doesn't contain the inherent Copilot features or some of the other bloat that's made its way into VS Code. Then VS Code works flawlessly with the ESP-IDF framework. This is something that we use for all of our embedded projects that use the ESP32. It's an open source framework that allows us to utilize all of the capabilities on the ESP32 hardware, and it works extremely well with the plugin into VSCodium. Some of our code is code that goes on visual embedded devices. So these are touchscreens. And we want these UIs to be compelling and a unified experience across all of the TrailCurrent lineup. So for that, we leverage eStudio. eStudio is a fantastic tool that gives you access to drag and drop capabilities for embedded hardware. It also supports styles and themes, which will be familiar to anybody that might have done some HTML in the past, and it's built on top of the LVGL framework, which we also utilize. This framework allows you to use elements to define the graphical interface instead of having to go down to pixel level orientation. Combining LVGL and eStudio together makes it easy to create really rich experiences on those embedded touchscreen devices. Next up is scalable images. So this can be anything from a logo or other graphics that you want to scale proportionally without any quality loss. For that, scalable vector graphics is your answer, and Inkscape is the tool that we use. We like it because not only does it support the most common SVG formats, but it also interchanges really well with FreeCAD. So if you create your design in FreeCAD or a sketch in FreeCAD, you can bring that into Inkscape, or if you create something in Inkscape, you can take it into FreeCAD. So for scalable graphics, Inkscape is our go-to. Next up is graphical editing. This is basically image editing. Now, we don't do anything as extreme as what GIMP can support. It can do all kinds of photography needs and manipulation to pictures. We use it in its most basic format, but we really like the layer layout. It allows us to take an image, place callouts on top of it, highlight it with text, all the typical use cases that we have for image manipulation tools. GIMP fills that need. Then finally, like any project, we have a need for generalized documents, whether these are Word style documents, PDF documents, or spreadsheets or presentations. For all of those uses, we leverage LibreOffice. It's been around a really long time, it's pretty stable, and it's available across all major platforms. So that rounds out the most commonly used tools that we use here at TrailCurrent. If you have alternate tools that you use in lieu of any of these, please put those in the comments below. If you have some interesting uses of any of these tools, also comment below and make sure that you share that so that other people can see what these tools are capable of. And please remember that although all of these tools are open source and free to use, a lot of effort goes into creating them. So please go and support them, whether that's through a donation or some other form in each of their respective websites. We will put links to each of them in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever we upload new videos. Until next time, remember, it is your vehicle, your data, wilderness wired.